Your frozen pizza may be getting more expensive for a reason that has nothing to do with cheese, wheat, or labor. It may have more to do with a few giant refrigerated warehouses sitting between the factory and your supermarket. Cold storage looks boring from the outside. Inside, it behaves like a private Tollbooth on the food economy. Frozen food pricing is not just an agriculture story. It is a logistics story. And when warehousing is concentrated, electricity is volatile, and contracts are written by the largest operators, the price of a bag of fries starts moving long before it reaches the freezer aisle. That is the hidden mechanism. Think about what refrigerated warehousing actually does. It is not simple storage. It is time control. It lets meat, vegetables, seafood, and ready meals wait for the right truck, the right retailer order, the right season, the right margin. Whoever controls that waiting room controls a piece of the final price. I think most consumers never see this because the warehouse is physically invisible and financially buried inside distribution costs. And this market is far more concentrated than people assume. In the United States, the largest cold storage operators include Lineage and Americold, vast national networks and deep ties to food manufacturers, grocers, and restaurant supply chains. Reuters reported in 2024 that Lineage filed for an IPO after building one of the world's largest temperature-controlled warehouse networks through aggressive acquisitions. Americold's filings describe hundreds of locations and tens of millions of pallet positions across multiple countries. But a handful of firms on critical nodes still stops being just efficiency. It becomes leverage. Leverage. Here is where the bottlenecks matter. Frozen pizza leaves a factory. It may move into a regional cold warehouse, then into a retailer distribution center, then to a supermarket back room, then to the consumer freezer. Every extra day in sub-zero storage costs money, not just rent. Power for compressors, backup systems, labor for pallet handling, inventory software, insurance, shrink, peak demand utility charges, and contract clauses for minimum throughput. Oh, this is the part no colorful inflation headline explains. People hear storage and imagine a big cold box. But a modern refrigerated warehouse is closer to an energy-intensive financial instrument with loading docks. Electricity is one of the biggest variables. The U.S. Energy Information Administration showed commercial electricity prices stayed elevated after the 2022 energy shock, even as some commodity prices cooled. In Europe, the energy crisis hit cold chain operators especially hard because refrigeration cannot simply be switched off when power gets expensive. A warehouse can delay hiring. It cannot let frozen poultry thaw. That means power volatility becomes pricing power. If a dominant operator faces higher utility bills across a national network, it can push those costs through storage fees, handling fees, fuel surcharges, or renegotiated logistics contracts. The smaller food producer often cannot fight back. Where else will it go? Build its own freezer network? Rent from a competitor with spare capacity that may not exist? That is the first hidden toll. The second is concentration itself. The cold storage business has been consolidating for years because scale matters. Land near transport corridors is expensive. Refrigeration equipment is capital heavy. And prices. It only needs to be hard to replace. Mini hook. And the strangest part is that the biggest pressure may come not from storage space itself, but from the contracts attached to it. Whispering. Large cold storage operators do not just rent cubic space. They sell contract logistics. That means bundled services, blast freezing, case picking, cross-docking, inventory management, transport coordination, seasonal overflow, and retailer compliance. Once a food company plugs into that system, switching becomes painful. Software is integrated, delivery windows are synchronized, penalties exist for missed appointments. Retailers expect precision. A warehouse is no longer a building. It becomes an operating system. Now, imagine a frozen vegetable processor negotiating with a giant cold chain provider after a season of volatile electricity and labor costs. The warehouse operator can say, "We kept your product moving. We absorbed disruptions. We invested in automation. And now, your rates are rising." The processor may complain. But if supermarket contracts depend on that network, the complaint usually ends in acceptance. Then the processor passes the increase to the retailer. The retailer passes part of it to you. Inflation appears in the aisle as if it emerged naturally. It did not. It traveled through a private infrastructure choke point. And timing matters. Why now? Because several trends collided. Pandemic-era supply chain stress taught food companies to pay for resilience. Energy shocks made refrigeration more expensive. Interest rates increased the cost of building new facilities. And demand for frozen food stayed structurally stronger than many expected after 2020 because households kept valuing convenience. According to industry reporting and company disclosures, operators expanded aggressively. But expansion in this sector is slow and expensive. You cannot create a strategic freezer network overnight. There is another layer most people miss. Cold storage near ports and intermodal hubs has special power. Imported seafood, meat, berries, and prepared foods often need temperature-controlled dwell time before domestic distribution. If warehouse capacity near those gateways tightens, the cost will rise inward. A delay in New Jersey or Long Beach does not stay local. It can show up in a Midwest grocery freezer a week later. Isn't that a strange thought? Your dinner price can be shaped by a cue you never see. Your highway warehouse outside a port city. Tense. But concentration alone does not explain why prices can stay high even after some input costs cool. The answer is buried in the way contracts reset. A supermarket buyer may negotiate frozen food prices quarterly or semi-annually. A manufacturer may have warehousing agreements with annual escalators, utility pass-through clauses, and minimum volume commitments. So even if cheese prices soften or meat stabilizes, logistics charges can remain sticky. That creates a lagging Tollbooth effect. Consumers look at commodity charts and wonder why prices are still up. The freezer chain is one reason. This is where my view becomes less neutral. I do not think this is a simple story of corporate greed, and I do not think it is a clean story of market efficiency either. It is a story of infrastructure power. When essential, hard-to-replicate logistics networks become concentrated, they gain the ability to transfer volatility